The woman opened the door and saw an abandoned 3-month-old baby there. She remembered out of the blue that her security camera was switched on and recorded every single minute. That fact became a glimmer of hope to find out who that woman was. Was it someone she probably knew? Would she be able to identify her? She quickly took the phone and watched the footage back. A strange woman came up to her door, looked around and put a baby on her front porch. What the heck is going on? Trish Love enjoyed her Saturday evening and well-deserved rest after a hard-working week. She was sitting on the couch sipping wine and watching some TV show. Being divorced and having 3 adult children who'd gone off to college, Trish lived alone in her house. Being alone had never been an issue for her until that moment when she heard the sound of rustling feet at her front door. Before she looked at the screen of her phone, the feet shambled away. Trish opened the door and her heart started bouncing like a stereo. She couldn't believe her eyes. Her jaw opened as her eyes were staring at something on the ground. The woman looked around in the hope of finding some traces, but there was nothing except for the empty darkness. There was a real baby in a baby seat, and it had a note. Trish was scared and confused. Who in the world would leave their baby on a stranger's doorsteps? The woman quickly took the baby home and started reading the only left clue, the note. The baby's mother had written that her 3-month-old kid was suffering from a scabies infection and was likely highly contagious. Her husband abandoned her and she wasn't able to bring up her child. She also wrote Trish to take care of the baby until his father showed up. This information left Trish overwhelmed and shocked. There were no other notes to find out more and get answers to her questions. The woman felt sick to her stomach. Could it have been possible that one of her sons was the abandoned father of this child? What would she do then? A sudden recollection interrupted her dark thoughts. She had her camera switched on, so there was a little chance to catch a glimpse of the woman's face and see if she recognizes her. The baby's mom looked older than her kids, so Trish breathed a sigh of relief. But as she began to look closer, she heard her phone ringing. It was her daughter who asked something impossible. She wondered if there was a baby dropped at the door. "Do you know this baby?" Trish asked. "No, I don't, but I've heard of her," daughter replied. Trish was baffled by what she just heard and needed more explanation. The truth was more shocking than the unknown baby at the doorstep. Her daughter Kate said she had a relationship with someone new recently. He was quite older and had a baby from his ex-girlfriend. They didn't get on well and broke up. Kate didn't mind until the moment when he rang her to inform her that his baby would show up at her mom's house. She thought he was kidding, but the girl called her mom to make sure it wasn't true, but it was. The baby was at Trish's home. Kate had no idea his previous relationship was that chaotic. She didn't even suggest he'd abandoned his duties as a father. Trish supported her daughter and suggested breaking up with her crush. She told Kate she was going to call child services as she didn't intend to take care of the baby. But who was that woman who dared to desert her own child? Trish called child services and told them everything that had happened. She mentioned the woman hadn't even left any food or children's diapers. The woman begged to find a little boy's mother and have him receive urgent care for his condition, but she was worried whether she did the right thing. Fortunately, child services found the biological mother quite fast as Trish provided them with the name of her daughter's future ex-boyfriend. The mother's actions were proven. She was arraigned on charges of unlawful abandonment of a child. Her name was Melissa Grant, and she was 33. Luckily, the little baby is safe in protective custody while his parents try to solve their various problems. We hope they'll figure everything out as soon as possible and provide a loving and caring home for their baby. The little angel definitely deserves it.